Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placement. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Capricorn, is Khadija, the mother of the Libras. And it further says, I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. Yeah, this is a very beautiful, powerful energy out here. So there is the mother energy that is nurturing, that is compassionate, that is very spiritual as well, spiritually rich, but at the same time there is a leadership energy, someone who's able to balance both sides of practicalities, investing in business, guiding people in business or finances, and at the same time balancing spirituality. And also being strong and powerful in their own values, in their own integrity, right? Staying integral and transparency in everything. And this is a leader that's powerful because of the leadership through kindness, through compassion, through feeling their way through their emotional intelligence, through their intuitive nudges, intuitive feeling. So I feel that Capricorn, you right now probably could be restructuring your foundations in some way, maybe refining your foundations. And that could be foundations at home or in career. You're doing it with a lot of emotional intelligence to understanding things deeply. There's a deep emotional reflection which is going on. And based on what you learn, the answers that you get from within, you are restructuring or refining your foundations, the way you want to lead, how you want to be transparent, how you're going to lead with integrity. I feel that you're getting all the answers from within. You have the clarity. You're able to make the right kind of decisions because of the emotional depth that you have. I feel that you are also connecting very strongly with your emotions, with your intuitive side, with your feminine side. That is not only strengthening you as a person, making you strong and powerful to stand in your convictions, but you're also strengthening emotional bonds. I also feel that, you are a leader that's leading by example. It's not by force. It's not by manipulation, but you're leading with your heart. You're leading with the proper structure. That's, that's come from deep reflection and emotional intelligence, the structure that you have created. You might be focused on guiding people or uplifting your community. You might be invested in ventures or endeavors or projects that are for the betterment of society, that are built on stronger foundations, ethical practices, sustainable practices, with all discipline in your operations, in your execution, with everybody knowing what's going on. These are you are laying down rules or forming partnerships, or you're having strategies that are transparent, that are led from the heart, because it's for the people. It's not for the money. You're not doing it just for money. All your strategies are coming that are deeply anchored in service or compassion or for the people. That's where your spiritual connection comes. I feel that these days there's a rise of women entrepreneurs, and not just these days. It's been a decade or so where women are getting empowered. They're leading because they lead with their hearts. You might be that angel investor, investing in young professionals or young enterprises. You might be training them, or you might be investing into them, providing them with their tools, their resources, training them to be disciplined in their execution, and giving them the future vision for growth. You could also be, you could be leading like chair. You could be the chair chairman or chairperson or presiding over meetings, and that are, working, brainstorming, actually coming together to brainstorm the strategies. You're doing it like with integrity and with transparency. There's a lot of emotions that are engaged at this point in time with everything that you're doing, Capricorn, is the energy that I'm getting. And you are doing this because you have some kind of a new clarity in terms of your long-term goals. Even the kind of businesses that you are investing into, it could be for humanitarian grounds, or it could be for, wellness, or sharing your wealth of knowledge with people, something that is very traditional, that's rooted in the ancient wisdom, that is, that's rooted in ancient wisdom. You might be having wellness practices, or, helping people, having health and wellness camps, educating people, investing into the health of the future of the youngsters, guiding them with, diet plans and things like that. But a lot of emotional intelligence is being used, is correctly used. It's like about standing, it's like you want everything to be transparent, to pass down those integrity and those moral values to the next generation, who need to incorporate morality and sustainable practices and transparency and compassion in their strategy. Even when they're growing companies, their foundation needs to have these qualities of kindness, compassion, and not just ripping people off. So I do feel that, you're leading with your heart, very purposeful leadership, very grounded, very respectful, there's something that has transformed in you. This could be that you are empowering women, to lead companies. You could also be partnering up with people, in providing help and aid and on humanitarian grounds. But this is a lot of mindfulness that you're invested into, because you have some kind of clarity, you have some kind of spiritual wisdom. Yes, and that's the true leadership that you want to support, that you want to stand for. The next card you have, Capricorn, is the Shaligiel of Shaligiel, and it says Angel of Snow. It says, Shaligiel dances silently upon the house of man, leaves no trace upon the sleeping land, the quiet reveler of winter. So there is relief out here, kind of a pause or a sabbatical. It's that break that is much needed from the daily grind. When we're overburdened with things, commitments, and we need the time to recover, it's that time, frozen in time. Where it's like we need to declutter our mind, block those notifications on the phone, go out there, spend time with the real humans. It's like a soft reset where we are walking, where we are doing things physically, where we are focused on, the normal schedules, waking up early, doing some meditation, spending time with ourselves, just having a walk, sipping tea, keeping the phone on mute or away, where we're just, keeping everything aside, taking a sabbatical, taking a week off, releasing all kind of pressure, burdens, freezing all of that, It's the quiet recovery time, especially, just at the winter months where we sip hot chocolate, sit by the fireplace, and just celebrating, living in the moment, and having, lesser to do things. So I feel that, you might be having these kind of practices. You might want to keep away from, notifications and so many subscriptions and things like that. You just want that calm, so that you're living like the normal human, not like a machine. When we have that reset, when we feel replenished, when we feel recharged, when we feel like ourselves, not like a machine, that's when we put our heart, mind, and soul into things, where we are mindfully present. We make the right decisions. There are lesser errors in the work that we do. And we feel uplifted. We feel greater morale. We feel fresh. So that's the kind of energy over here where, we just want to cancel the noise away. We want everything out. Because, the fresh snow actually it absorbs the sound, and this is what is required of you, to relax your nervous system that's overworked because of so much that's going on. You're here, there, everywhere, scattered energies. You want to be participating in this, you want to do that, you want to, home, family, so much going on. This is also a time where we want to actually prepare for things. It's like, especially during the winter months when the cities and the governments and policymakers, they plan for surviving that snow, whether distributing blankets or meals or generators or stocking up and things like that, so that less damage is done. There is a prevention energy so that, less harm is done to people, to cars on the street when they have those no emergencies, so that, people are sitting at home warm and cozy and people are safe, neighborhoods are safe. So that kind of care, preparation is done ahead of time. It's that kind of preparation. So basically, spending on what actually matters, the tools, the health, the training, things that keep us warm, and, not spending on things that are really not serving the purpose. It's that kind of, planning, whether it's in the budgeting side or it's planning infrastructurally or planning your day-to-day chores and tasks that you want to accomplish. So it's the operational wintering where we take it slow. We plan so that there is less damage that's done to us, to our health, to the people that we love, The next card you have, Capricorn, is number 3, and it says, follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. Yeah, because white rabbit is actually the synonymous or symbolic of timing. The timing which seems magical, divine timing, when things are meant to, when things are meant to happen. It's that divine timing. And, when we speak of rabbit hole, that's the energy. It's like, what is a rabbit hole? When we think of an idea and we kind of, research on it, and then we discover something, you open another tab, you read about something else, stumble on some information which seems, and one thing leads to another. That's the rabbit hole. So that's the kind of energy I feel for you, Capricorn, that you might be doing things that are outside of your familiar zone or your taste, and different. You're trying to explore different things, maybe new cuisines, different tastes, studying things, attending seminars or workshop, and that leads to another further opportunity. It's like sometimes when we just, attend some event or attend some talks or just join some hobby and join a group, it just feels like, okay, I'm just doing it just for the heck of it or trying something new. It feels like very random thing, but somehow if you get, if you meet the right people, they collaborate with you, you get more curious, and then, more collaboration, and then bam, there is a business opportunity right out of nowhere. So it's this rabbit, this curiosity will lead you to an opportunity which is very different than what you had expected. It's because you were curious, you were open to learning, you were open to trying new things. And, it takes a different mindset to be in this energy, right? So to try things that we've done before, to be comfortable with that, to make the time, to shift our daily routine in order to make room for attending those kind of events, just a random idea. So it might seem like a small idea, but I feel that it might open up a whole new world for you. So I do feel that there is something which is starting off new, or you're on the, just on the horizon. You're on the brink of a breakthrough, or, maybe you're on the verge of some partnership or trying something new, maybe something adventurous. It could be in any area. Maybe you're trying something new, adventure sports, or trying something new in terms of, your business or your career or something at home. But I feel that there's a lot of opportunity that could open up for you just because you stayed open. You were not rigid in your opinions or in your, with your routine. And it might lead to a lot of breakthroughs as well. That's how a lot of scientists come up with a lot of breakthroughs because they just experimented randomly and then something came out of it. It could be that you're participating in small events and that, gains traction worldwide, becomes a huge event that the whole world is now participating in. So it's just about the timing, maybe you collaborate with people across the globe, online, offline. And maybe it's businesses that you get to expand just because you, met with people at some random spot. Maybe you were at a workshop and there the CEO of another company comes and he's also out there. And then you talk and then wham, there's a new partnership. So stay curious, trust your heart, trust your gut feeling about opportunities, about people. You might get some leads if you follow up with that, even though it might feel uncomfortable, but if you follow through, you might actually, stumble upon some really great opportunities for growth, for growth, for business. Something really nice. And the last card for today, Capricorn, you have is the Four of Wands, and it further says completion. Completion is about creating solid foundations. So now, if you see the picture, there are 4 wands which are arranged in the form of a square. Square is like, a balanced geometrical figure, which is, there's 4 sides, there's harmony. So it's some kind of a completion, which means that you've put in the effort. Now you're seeing some kind of a foundation that has established, some kind of a foundation that you have put in place. So it's that cycle which is closing. It's the completion cycle for laying a foundation, right? It's some kind of a milestone that you have accomplished. And now it's time to celebrate that milestone before you start with the next phase. So it's a time where you are, where you could be probably, kind of celebrating with your team, with your people, community, friends, family. This could be foundations of any kind. Maybe it's spiritual practices that you have established or a retreat that you have created for spirituality. It could be new routines that you have now in terms of taking care of your health or work, but something which is stable, something which will endure and go the long way with the long-term goal in mind. So I do feel that it's a time for you to look back and see how far you have come, celebrate small and big successes, the achievements. This is the time where you want to spend time with your near and dear ones because you've been away putting in the effort, celebrating your foundations, whether at home, in business, at work, whatever it is, before you take the next step, before you take the next phase. It's time to wrap up this phase of setting up foundations, right? So don't rush into the next task here, Capricorn. It's like, just sit down and soak in the progress, not get complacent, but you can take a week off, and see how you can, once you've laid the foundation, you want to fine tune it, refine it, and see that it's stable enough to endure the next phase. And also throw parties or celebrate, the effort people have put in, so that people, they feel acknowledged, they feel appreciated. That creates kind of a feeling of a team, teamwork. Creates loyalty in the group. It creates joy and celebration and cohesiveness, and the feeling that everybody contributed to something, wonderful. So I do feel that there is some kind of a structural completion in some sort of a way, and that will be different for each one of you, depends on what you're working on. And now there will be growth, expansion, and you will create on top of this structure, another structure on top of this. Now you could be, this could be anything, creating architecture or creating some kind of a business where you have all the resources and everything lined up. It could be any kind of business or office project or setting up new Maybe it's wedding or celebrating your milestones in your house or family, community, promotions, maybe closing and successful deals. It's like the Olympic closing ceremony where everybody's accomplishments are celebrated. So I do feel that there are future growths. You are setting up solid structures so that you can grow on it further. This could be maybe you bought your first home, or maybe you completed your college or your first degree or second degree, where you've put in a lot of effort and a lot of groundwork has been put in. This could be like this could be on a global level or on a national level or on a city level, setting up solid infrastructure projects where freeways are completed or highways are completed or the roads have been laid out and now the next phase can go on, whatever was planned, right? So it's like celebrating those, with rituals or just having people together or, going out for a meal or something like that, a kind of ritual or a ceremony where we celebrate, putting in the work and working cohesively together as a team. And these being general messages, Capricorn, these will play out differently in your lives. Let me know in the comments how these energies play out for you or in the environment around you. And hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.